Hey, how's it going, Jim?
I'm alive and kicking. How about you?
Me too. I've been on here for about 10 minutes and I wasn't seeing anybody, so I just shut it down, came back up. There you were.
Well, good evening, beautiful,
Good
beautiful
evening.
people.
I'm
You
trying.
got these two ugly old dudes you call us beautiful people.
See, Dr. Jim, you're logged in twice. Not sure how you did that. So we're going to take one of them out of there.
Because the sound is reverberating.
Yeah, you logged in twice for some reason.
If you're hearing a reverberation, you're on twice. You're probably hearing
There we
both of
go. I,
those,
I took it
both those
off.
signals. Yeah.
It's probably because I'm so super efficient.
Mhm.
Miss Steph, how are you? Birthday baby.
Oh,
Good evening. Hello, everyone. I'm
hey,
fine.
happy birthday.
Her birthday is in 2 days, actually. In
Thank
two
you.
days. Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Mine is next week.
yes, sir. I know.
Well, happy birthday to you.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Gemini season.
Yeah. I didn't know until recently that Gemini actually started in May and comes over into June.
Yes, sir. So it look like you got one that's trying to log in twice as well, Mr. Lawler.
Well, I did come in earlier and I sat there for a while. I thought maybe I'd catch you. I was going
Okay.
to ask you about the slides
Uh-huh. Yes, sir. I've
portion.
got those. I forgot to send those to you. I got them done, and they're
Okay.
in the main PowerPoint, so that should be easy for you to navigate.
Okay.
Yes,
Let me ask
sir.
you this. I don't have PowerPoint because I'm on a Mac. I
Hmm.
have Keynote. Was it the same? Did it work?
Might be a little different. I tell you what, I could to make it easier, keep things smooth. I can
Yeah.
just change the slides when you're ready.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It,
Uh-huh.
my script is fairly straightforward, so I'll cue you when I go to the different slides.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
Hello, everyone.
hello.
Hello, hello. And if you like, I can email everybody that list as well that you sent me, the PDF.
Yeah, that would be good. Then, if for whatever reason they need to, well, they can certainly look at it later. And I also, I ran into. I'm looking through all my old notes. I ran into a questionnaire that I created a long time ago called "Website Questionnaires and Planning Document for Building a Website."
Okay, cool.
I'm trying to
Well,
remember
good
that.
deal. Yeah, that'll be helpful for everybody as well.
There are questions that you call me.
Mhm. Miss Steph, the birthday baby. Miss Allen, see you there. Good evening. And Mr. Misi has joined in. Good evening. And Mr. Misi, I still didn't get that phone number to your visitor.
I called her because I didn't know what number to send over, and she said she's going to be on the Zoom tonight. So but she didn't answer on the one. I don't know which number. I got more than one number in my phone.
No, I probably would have just sent the one that I normally call the person on. But don't worry
Hmm.
about it. It's been a week now, so she's probably forgotten.
Wait, well, I didn't know till yesterday that's what you wanted. You say you called me, and you did call me, but you didn't tell me, text me and tell me you needed a number on that when you called.
Don't
So I
worry
didn't
about it.
know. Okay.
Oh. I'm looking at a little bitty screen. I'm wondering, this thought would happen before me. Some stretch it. That work?
All right, we'll give everybody about 60 more seconds, and we will go ahead and get this party started. Yes, sir.
Hey, Isaac, did I send you a list of any of the websites of mine to get people to go look at?
Not a list.
Okay. Okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You can do that as a follow-up or something.
All right.
Just wanted to see some live examples that I've created.
Okay. I did get those screenshots you sent me.
Yeah, that's the
Got it.
ones for the lesson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Miss Connie has joined in. Good evening, Miss Connie.
Good evening, Mr. Isaac.
I see
Hello.
Opal up there too. Hi, Opal. How are you both?
Hello. How are y'all doing?
I'm good.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Looks like you're doing good.
I am doing very well, thank you.
That's awesome. You went through several procedures. I just did one, and I looked a whole lot. I looked bad.
It was pretty rough, the back-to-back one. It was.
Yeah.
It wiped me out.
Yeah, I did the cabbage that took my heart out, put new veins in, and rebuilt everything. So yeah, I looked like I'd been beat up for 6 months.
I know that's what they told me. Take about 6 months to recuperate. But
Yeah.
I plan on going back to work next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Listen to your body.
Yeah, I'm bored and tired of sitting around.
I can relate.
All right. Can everyone see the screen okay that I
Yes.
have shared? All right. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, good evening, beautiful people. This is
Okay.
thank you, sir, Wednesday webinars. Once again, this is the first Wednesday of the month. And remember, on Zoom, we will be hosting the Wednesday webinars every first, third, and fourth Wednesdays of the month at 6:30 p.m. sharp Central Standard Time. And I am your host, Mr. Isaac D. Coleman, founder of the Reality of Fitness family and of this amazing group of individuals, the Reality of Networking International. And my co-host, two living legends, two heavy hitters in our era and time, Mr. Don Lawler, founder of Brand Aid and Storytellers, and Dr. James Renford Powell, founder of the Institute of Applied Metaphysics, and I Am Press. Today is June 3rd in the year 2026 of our Lord, and we will be focusing on a very powerful agenda. Today, you will be able to hear from both of our living legends, and I will cover briefly the practical purpose of the Wednesday webinars. Dr. Jim will give a presentation on the Mastermind Concept, what it is, what it's all about, and the foundation of success. And none other than Mr. Don Lawler will talk about why your website isn't working. And if you don't have one, then you're really in trouble. It's not working. Then we will have a few moments for questions and answers. The practical purpose. So the Wednesday webinars are simply here for this reason: to educate and empower entrepreneurs and business professionals with realistic, tried and true tools, technologies, philosophies, and proper protocols designed to help you become more successful with advertising, marketing, masterminding, and networking in your everyday businesses and lives. In other words, these are the blueprints on how to achieve your goals, increase your sales, and enhance your marketing. So without further ado, I turn it over to my friend, my co-host, my mentor, the living legend, the founder of the Institute of Applied Metaphysics, and I am Press, the overseer of the Church of Revelation, he who sailed the 7 seas during the Vietnam War with his lovely wife, who also co-starred in one of the Bruce Lee movies, he who came back to America after spending 20 years abroad, he who is the revealer of duality and the liberation thereof. I give to you all, my Leo friend, my client, my mentor, Dr. James Renford Powell. Let's go.
Good evening, everyone. You know, I spent 4.5 years in Vietnam, and then 8 years in Hong Kong, and then less than a year in Thailand, and then back here for 10 months, and then to the Middle East, all the GCC countries for about 3 years, then to Cyprus for 2 years, then to London for 2 years. And all that time, I searched, and I could not find anyone who could make an introduction like this. I had to go back to the States and spend some years to find our president, Isaac Coleman, and I'm completely and totally satisfied with his introductions.
Thank you, sir.
A lot of people like to talk about the secret to success, and you can find all kinds of books on how to be a success. What the secret to success in stock trading and bond trading and real estate. It doesn't matter what you're thinking about, what discipline. There's somebody who's written a book on the secret to that success. But I found that Napoleon Hill had written a book, and I would imagine it was in the early 30s, called The Laws of Success. And then 9 years later, wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich, which is as famous a book out there except for maybe the Bible. Right? And this book is almost standard practice in most sales organizations. They're going to have somebody have you read Think and Grow Rich. All right. Mm-hmm. There's some statements that I'll read to you tonight that he talked about, and I think it's quite important because he's basically saying that the mastermind concept is the only such thing as secret to success, and it is the only thing that's available to everybody, anybody, and it is no secret. Essentially, when he first wrote about it in the laws of success. He said, when two minds come together, different backgrounds and skills, who are working harmoniously together and they want the same thing, a third mind is created. So really what he's beginning to talk about is the law of absolute unity, the universal law of absolute unity, all right? And this is where he's actually getting into talking about you might call it the mystic, it is the infinite intelligence he's talking about. It's not restricted to two people. In fact, in the early stages, when he was writing about it, he talked about the two people coming together. By the time he dedicated a whole chapter, chapter 10 of Think and Grow Rich, to the Mastermind Concept, he was saying that if you can get at least 5 people together with varied backgrounds and skills, that virtually nothing can stop them from achieving their objective. All right. Now, this is very powerful. All right. He's saying this is the way every major organization has been built. And he's saying that once you have those 5 people who want the same thing and are working together harmoniously, virtually nothing can stop him or them from achieving their objective. And it doesn't matter whether it's a good objective or a bad objective. You think about Adolf Hitler. He had more than 5 people who wanted the same thing. They not only killed millions of people and almost took over the world, but it was this mastermind concept of at least 5 people who wanted the same thing, even though it was terrible things to want. Psychopathic and murder. Still, there's something very powerful about combining these minds together with this variety of skills. Let me read to you one thing he said. Power may be defined as organized and intelligently directed knowledge. Power, as the term is here used, refers to organized effort sufficient to enable an individual to transmute desire into its monetary equivalent. Organized effort is produced through the coordination of effort of 2 or more people who work toward a definite end in a spirit of harmony. Most of the time he's talking about accumulating wealth, but it really makes absolutely no difference what the objective is. If that mastermind group is in place, it's in place. And it's working harmoniously toward the objective. It could be, let's say, for instance, creating a networking organization that spans the world. All right, it may have very little to do with the actual generation of money. It's the concept. And this is the mastermind concept. He says power is required for the accumulation of money. Power is necessary for the retention of money after it has been accumulated. What he's saying is that power is in that mastermind concept. And he defines the putting together various, these 2 kinds of energy, and saying that everything really comes down to that. He goes on to say the mastermind may be defined as coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between 2 or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. So he's saying over and over again that this is the key. Now, there have been all kinds of people come along and write books about and put forward ideas with regard to the mastermind concept. In fact, I followed one for some time. I didn't get involved, but I followed them. I listened to them. I read the material. But basically, they were bringing people together, and each one had their own goal and objective. And it was using this, what I would call peer consulting. They were talking between themselves to help each other achieve their objective. This is not the mastermind concept, even though that's what they called it. Right? He's talking about defining a specific objective that he suggests at least 5 people who want the same thing, all right, and can do so harmoniously. All of us have had some experience with having a smooth working organization, a good activity, and you get one rotten apple in the middle of everything and they can blow it all to hell. It is amazing what one person out of sync can do to mess up an organization and its objectives. And I don't even want to give you an example of that. You don't need to know, because I know you know it. He talks about the human mind as a form of energy, a part of it being spiritual in nature. When the minds of 2 people are coordinated or more, are coordinated in a spirit of harmony, the spiritual units of energy of each mind form an affinity, which constitutes the psychic phase of the mastermind concept. So he really is getting into, in fact, in that book, Think and Grow Rich, he doesn't identify all the way through it, not clearly, all 13 of the universal laws. But he repeatedly talks about the fact that there are 13 universal laws. And he gives some examples here and there, and there's certain things that he, like all teachers, stress. You take, for instance, Jesus, when they ask him, what is the most important of the laws? He said to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and your neighbor as yourself. So he stressed the universal law of love. On the other hand, Buddha, when they asked him the same kind of question, he said, the first thing to know is that everything changes. Now he's talking about the universal law of evolution and unfoldment. He said, everything changes. And then he goes on to say that all of our problems come from resisting that change. Very profound, if you ask me. Lao Tzu, on the other hand, always stressed the wu. Wu is the balance. He's talking about the law of balance and equalization. All right. So every teacher of any consequence has talked about all 13 of these principles, where they named them or not, and regardless of what they stressed. And it so happens that you can find those principles yourself. You don't have to listen to me. I don't want to preach to you, but I can tell you that after being overseas and studying these fellows, I kept finding things that I thought was so familiar. There would be some statement, and I'd go to my wife and I'd say, who do you think said that? And she'd say, Jesus. And I said, no, that was Buddha. And then I'd come with some other statement of principle, and I'd say, who do you think said that? She said, Jesus. I said, no, that was Lao Tzu. And then I came the next time and she said, I don't want to hear this. She was more intuitive than I am, because she knew this, we're missionaries over there and this is going to be big problems. But there was no way that the desire to understand this could be quelled in me. All right, I had to know. And I was reading where Jesus said in Matthew 13, 34 and 35, I came to reveal the secrets that have lain hidden from the foundations of the earth. Secrets? What secrets? The apostles asked him why he taught in parables, and he said, to you I have revealed the mysteries. But this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of ear, and their eyes are closed. So he calls them the mysteries there. And then when he's standing before Pontius Pilate, he refuses to answer anything, any questions. But he reiterates, I came to reveal the truths. All of this can be found in your scripture. Well, then you begin to wonder, where are these secrets, these mysteries, these truths? Well, the scriptures say that he spoke to them in parables, and without parables spoke he not. So, man, I went to the parables. I started studying the parables. What did this little story mean? All right. What was he trying to teach in that story? Every one of them, he has a lesson. There's a message in that. And in each one of them, he's teaching one or more of those universal principles. And that's why I wrote the book, The Revealer, which shows what law, what principle he's teaching in each parable. All right. Well, this is all important stuff in relation to the mastermind concept, because even Napoleon Hill in there, he's talking about these same principles. And when you are trying to decipher these things, I mean, it was not a quick thing for me. It took quite a long time. In fact, I would suggest probably 5 years, and smarter people might have done it in less time, but it took me quite a long time to kind of put it together and to realize how important it is for each individual to be able to identify and verify each of those principles in their own life experiences. All right? Because if you have identified and verified a principle in your life experience, you know you've been there and done that. If somebody comes to Don and says, I want to teach you how to market, he might be very nice to them, listen to them, and let them go on their way. But Don Lawler already knows the answers to these questions, not because somebody taught him, not because of some book. It's because he's been there and done that. Same with cleaning a property. Once you know what you're doing, you may listen to somebody talk about it. You don't have to tell them that they're blowing in the wind. It's just important that you know. All right. So when it comes to this mastermind, taking these principles in, it's very important to realize that literally every thought creates. Thought is the creative process. This is what we call metaphysics. Everything comes from mind into matter. If you look around the room where you're sitting, everything in there had to exist in somebody's mind before it could possibly exist physically. Yep. Think about it. It doesn't matter what it is. It had to come from mind into matter. And when I tell people this, I have some smart guys every now and then say, well, what about those trees out there? Well, yeah, what about those trees? All right, what about them? All right, what about this planet? What about this solar system? What about the galaxy? What about the universe? If it exists, it existed in mind first. And if you want to prove the existence of God, I'd say instead of going around saying, I believe in God, you know there is, because nothing could exist without first mind. All right. So in the mastermind concept, and which, by the way, I want to, before I forget, I want you to be on the lookout for the Institute of Applied, for the Lightways easing, which this month features the reality of networking international on the front. It also includes 2 other types of organizations, that business organization, but it also includes a church organization and my own projects with regard to marketing of the Renford books. Each one of them has a mastermind manifesto. If you don't have a copy of it, you must ask your president to send you a copy of the mastermind manifesto for the reality of networking international. All right. They're not all the same, but I happen to have written them for all 3 of these organizations. And they can be quite different depending on the type of organization it is. But in this issue, there's a lot of more detail on it, and you'll be able to compare the difference of a mastermind, the mastermind concept for a business networking company like ours, and what it's like for a church, apostle, and any kind of organization, and by marketing organization. Now, I want to leave some time here, because this is all material that you can get into yourself. You can get into it right away. You can get other people to work with you. You can get with in the next meeting, talk to everybody in there, and get ideas from them. All right, because these are people who are all coming from different areas of expertise, different activities, and maybe you haven't thought about how that could help a person build a cleaning organization, or how that could help somebody build an insurance agency, But believe me, there is. I mean, I am constantly asking questions. A few years ago, I went to the book stock. Keep me up to date on my time, will you please?
You got
I
3
went
minutes.
to the book stock at the library, where they once a year have all authors from around this area, and they allow them the opportunity to get their books out. People come in and see it and all of that. And that year, I didn't have one of my books there, and none of my authors did. But I went around and I talked to every single one of them. And I just started out kind of talking, just kind of, find out what they were doing and everything else. And some of them their books were traditionally published with major publishing houses. And some of them were published by independent publishers like me, and some were self-published, where they did everything themselves and put it up. And I asked them a series of questions, but what continually came through was nobody was happy with the marketing. Not one single one of the 35 or 40 that I talked to were happy with the marketing. All right. So that opened my eyes, where before, if I didn't publish your book, I certainly wasn't going to help you market it. I mean, that was for my authors. But I'm looking at a huge market here. And this is what happens when you ask questions. You ask people who are not in your business what they think of your business, what they like, what they want, what they would like to see. All right, this is a constant thing. Napoleon Hill liked to use the example of batteries. You get electric batteries. One electric battery can do quite a lot, but what can a bunch of batteries do? And he's saying this is the same thing as the human mind. If you get the energy of that mastermind group together, working harmoniously, who want the same thing. He talks about Andrew Carnegie. He says this is where he got the idea. And he said Mr. Carnegie's mastermind group consisted of a staff of approximately 50 people. Now, he could afford it. Because at the time, he's one of the richest in the world. He could afford to buy his mastermind group. You don't have to do that. If you're a member of Reality Networking, you're already in a mastermind group. All right. If you're, depending on what all you're doing, you probably have friends that you can go to that are maybe acting that part of mastermind group already. But he said 50 with whom he surrounded himself for the definite purpose of manufacturing and marketing steel. He attributed his entire fortunes to the power he accumulated through the mastermind. All right. He's one of the richest guys in the world. And he gives credit totally to the mastermind concept. That makes, in my opinion, worth listening to, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Now,
Yes, sir.
talking about this metaphor of this
That's the
example.
time, Dr. Jim.
How much?
That's the time.
Well, I got one thing to read.
Go ahead.
Through this metaphor of the energy, the 8 things, it becomes immediately obvious that the mastermind principle holds the secret of the power wielded by men who surround themselves with other men of brains. All right. Men here meaning men and women. All right. So it's a very, very powerful concept. It's available to you. I suggest you make use of it, and I'll answer any questions that you have.
Like it.
Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Give me 1 second here. Better, better. Now we're going to transition to our second segment, and that will be none other than Mr. Don Lawler, who is the CEO and founder of Storytellers and Brand Day, branding that sticks. His passion is helping brands and individuals tell their stories with authenticity and impact. His ideal clients are professionals and business owners who need expert help with media and marketing communications, just like you. Mr. Lawler is a Clio and Addy Award winning storyteller, writer, filmmaker, producer, and director who's worked with the likes of ABC, CBS, NBC, PBS, ad agencies, Fortune 500 companies, celebrities, athletes, speakers, marketeers, entrepreneurs, and individuals. Mr. Don Lawler says, tell me your story. So please welcome Mr. Don Lawler.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate everybody that's here tonight, and it's been fun getting to know you, each of you a little bit better. I'm going to talk to Miss Opal next Tuesday, I believe it is. Looking forward to that. If I can help anybody, let me know. Just give me a call. I'm easy to reach. So these days, I don't have an office or a secretary. Just call me on my cell phone. I'll get back to you. If you're have an out of town number, which a lot of us do these days, it might get sent to spam because I get so many calls. But I will check, and I will call you back and put you on my list. And hopefully, I get everybody on my list ahead of time. So when you call, I answer. Okay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I just saw a picture I haven't seen in a million years. Me and Katie Couric at NBC. Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate you helping me out with the slides tonight. I'm going to try and get Keynote out and see if I can figure out how to build with that. I'm in the Mac world, not the PowerPoint PC world. Okay. Last week we talked about these two houses that you see. One is boarded up and there are no steps. Well, that's a problem. Are you going to get up the steps? How are you going to get through the house if it's boarded up and there are no steps? And the one on the right it's not boarded up and it has 5 steps. We're going to talk about those in just a minute. But before I can teach you anything about building a killer website that actually works, that makes money and rings the cash register for you, we need to learn a few critical skills. So I'm going to talk briefly about that, and then we'll talk about website, the keys to having a website that actually works. There's a lot of tricks and things to learn, but if you get these basics down, you're going to do just fine. And the good thing is, it's not just your website. These skills will be able to carry over into meetings, elevator pitches, was you're riding up the elevator with someone, your copywriting and everything. So we're going to try and do that. But let me ask you one question. How is your website performing for you? And I want to hear just briefly from everybody in this group tonight. How's your website performing for you? Don't give me all the details, just how's it working? Okay, Isaac, you first.
Not as well as it could.
Okay. I think all of us will probably say that. Are you getting any traffic at all?
Yes, sir. Mostly through Google.
Okay. Most of it's through Google. How much of it is coming from people you've met in person versus Google?
Not as much.
Okay. That's typical. I expect that. Okay. Miss Dr. Powell, how about you? How's your website working for you?
My websites are not working, and that's because they're both down and been reworked. So if you go to a book in you, ABOOK, the letter N and the letter U.com, you'll see that one is just up. And it's not enough time to evaluate it. The I Am Core site it's the old one is up there, but the new one is up there too, but you have to know how to get to it. So, and I'm still going in and making my comments on it. So I'm not
Right.
really able to give you um, a definite feeling about how they are, or definite information on it. Now I have the magazine um, marketed or is delivered through a company called Breville. I think it's based out of
Yeah,
France.
Bravo.
And before we were getting out of 7,000 something recipients each month, we were getting 12, 1,500, 2,000 hit people who at least open it, know it's there, that's not kicking it back.
That's not bad.
But we've started now with sending out information in it that goes out with the magazine, but sort of in front. And it has caused a lot more openings, something in the neighborhood of 2,600 last month, and a lot more interaction. And so I can tell you more about Breville than I can my actual websites.
I'd like to hear your take on Breville on another meeting sometime. I use Breville also. I just haven't used it as it's a very robust program. I haven't really taken it into my own hands. I had someone else working on it, and now they've dropped the ball, and my websites are in jeopardy, and that's in jeopardy. So your story is very common. Cautionary tale to everyone. I would find someone who's really good at websites and will not go out of business anytime soon. Okay. There's a lot of new people saying, hey, I can build a website, and they do a fine job. But there's a whole lot to it. And I have this story has happened to me several times in business. And I've been in business technically for 50 years, but I claim 40s. It made me sound quite as old. Okay. So, I want to hear somebody else. Miss Connie, do you have a website?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't gotten any good contacts off of that.
Okay.
A lot of scam, like one guy contacted me and wanted me to information about cleaning his house, and then kind of find out he was in Texas and I'm here.
Yeah.
And then it was more like got down to wanting my personal information, wanting to date instead of me cleaning.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's another cautionary tale for especially the ladies. But yeah,
right,
it's a real problem. Are you on WordPress by any chance?
I don't think so.
Okay. WordPress is probably the 900-pound gorilla in the world of website design. It's been around since the beginning of websites. It's very robust, but you got to have somebody who knows what they're doing on the back end to protect you.
Right.
So there's some safer places to go. Thank you for that. So each one of you've got a different story, but the same story. So
Right.
okay, let's see. Miss Stephanie, you have a website?
No, I do not have a website.
Okay. I'd love to hear why, just briefly.
I have not started my business. I
Okay.
am
I got
trying
it.
to think of, what area or way I want to
Okay.
go.
Okay.
So I don't have one.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Is Miss Opal, do you have a website? Is Miss Opal there still? I don't see her.
He's trying to talk. It's not
Okay,
coming
Mr.
through.
Demisi, do you have a website?
I do.
Okay, now you are connected to an insurance agency, aren't you? So you probably have a corporate one that was designed for you. Am I right?
No, I
Oh,
had
okay.
my own
Okay.
website made.
Okay. I know a lot of franchises, insurance agencies, things like that, required to go through their front door, and they will build one for you. So did you build yours from scratch?
Yes, we had ours built from scratch, and some of the companies I'm a co-founder with a brokerage firm, and so
Right.
Some of the companies that we're contracted with, they do offer the ability to get the websites and stuff. But
Right.
being a broker, I wanted the avenue of being able to advertise all that I do, not just um
One or
sending
two
having a
things.
bunch of
Sure.
different websites that
Right.
that only introduce you to their product versus
Okay.
going on one website and being able to know, what everything that we do.
Okay. Do you feel like your website is giving you the business that you expected?
Well, it has picked up some traction. Like last week. Well, no, this week. What's today? Wednesday. Yeah, this week.
Hmm.
I've gotten like 5 hits through the website and 3 policies through it. So it's like anything. It takes time to build up,
Sure.
and
Sure.
so I'm beginning to see some revenue coming through the
Right.
website.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Very
I
good.
appreciate that. Anybody else that I missed? I
And
can only
also, Mr.
see.
Lawler, Mr. Misi, she actually owns her own agency now. So she's not just through that old
Okay.
firm she was with.
Great.
Yes, sir. Hmm.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you, thank you, Mr. Isaac.
That's awesome. Okay.
Miss Sharika.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, how are you?
I'm
How are
good. How are
you?
you?
Doing well.
How's your website working or not?
I apologize. Hold 1 second. Let me turn you up so I can hear you. I apologize. I just got on. So, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, we're going to talk tonight about why your website isn't working, and I'm going to try and help people with their websites with
Yeah.
some insight. How is your website working?
Yeah, I actually don't have a website at the
Okay,
moment. Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yes, sir.
that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. You
Yeah.
haven't really been in business long, correct?
No, I haven't. I
Okay,
haven't.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes,
no
sir.
problem.
Okay.
You got time. You got time. Don't jump in. Don't jump in.
Yeah, I will. I will.
There's
Thank you.
really other things you ought to get in place before you get a website, honestly.
Ab-
Most people get in business, first thing they want to do is get a license and all that kind of stuff, and then get a website. And they spend more time and more money. They should have been out there talking with people to begin with. Okay. That's a short answer. So,
Hmm.
like I said, before I can help you create a killer website, we need to know what makes the cash register ring and help you with a few critical skills. And if you look at a folded newspaper, we're talking about a website now. If you're looking at a folded newspaper, you see a big bold header at the top, right? That headline entices you into buying the paper. Something on that headline grabs your attention. I want to buy that paper. You want to check out and find out what else is going on in your town or the world. So when you go to a website, the header, the headline of the website entices you to keep reading the rest of the text. And it entices you to buy the product, right? Just like the paper. We all say way too much. And that's part of what we're going to talk about tonight. I think when I was in high school, they said you got diarrhea of the mouth. So, that means you talk too much. And if you're going to do sales, you need to listen at least twice or more than you speak.
Yes, sir. Also,
Okay.
Mr. Lawler, Mr. Eric Armstrong said he
Oh,
would build a killer website for
awesome.
everybody associated with us for very, very
Awesome.
reasonable prices if they want it.
Is he on the call tonight?
He is not. He was supposed to be here. Don't know where he's at.
Okay. I'll have to talk with him later.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So you need a headline. Small text, and especially a lot of text just won't work. I've been guilty of that. I think most of us were, especially in the early days of websites. And honestly, I was pretty heavy on text even up to the last few years. It just didn't work. Too much information. TMI, as they call it. Too much information. You need to grab attention fast. Okay. And Isaac has a picture up here of our model for tonight. I'll get to that in just a second. The header will cause people to grab onto your idea and move forward to learn more if they're looking for a solution to a problem. Now, if they're coming to your website because they got your card somewhere and they're just curious, it's probably not going to work. What you need to do is drive people to your website to check you out, make sure you're who you say you are, or who people say you are, or why are people talking about you. So you got a lot of work on the front end to do, honestly. And anybody who's just new to business, I would say if you don't have a website, talk with someone who really knows something about it, knows something about marketing, not just building websites and sales, and who actually has a track record of being able to make money come into the cash register. So what should I say? If it should offer the customer something. Every one of you offer something. And I'll bet you, because all entrepreneurs, especially first-time entrepreneurs or people haven't worked in big corporate before, you're going to offer way too many things, and you're going to confuse your customers. Even knowing better than doing it, I've been guilty of offering way too many things up front already. So, and having two companies is kind of a problem, especially if they do something totally different. I just try and separate the two as much as possible now. So you could offer a savings in money. You could offer a savings in frustration. You could offer a customer a gain of some sort, like money, a feeling, gain of feeling, peace, relaxation. You could help someone like Mr. Isaac with losing weight or gaining an award even. But tell you what, and I see it all the time, and I am guilty of it for a lot of years. It was particularly a big thing a long time ago, and that was to be cute or clever. Don't be cute or clever because, as my mentor and coach says, your brain is trying to survive and thrive. That's it. And your brain's going to say immediately, how's this going to help me survive? Or how's this going to help me thrive? Anything else is not going to stick. So, have you ever been in a meeting and you're talking about what you do and there's something that snaps someone's attention and they say, I want to see you after the meeting? You just hit that amygdala in the brain. It's looking to survive, right? And you had something that they think might help them survive or thrive. Mm-hmm. So that's what you got to do. I've also seen people come to not so much masterminds, because you got to get into that group, but networking groups in particular, and they vomit everything they can in 15 seconds if that's what they've got, or they vomit what they can in 60 seconds if that's what they've got. Yeah, they tell way too much. And I remember specifically more times than once, but one in particular. This lady came in, she looked the part, she sounded the part, she got up there and said, I specialize in so-and-so. And I thought, I'm going to talk to her right after this meeting. And then she proceeded to talk about all the other stuff she did. And I thought, this lady doesn't know what she's doing. She's all over the place. And she's not a specialist in what she told me she was a specialist in. So don't do it. Don't do it. It's much better to be mysterious and say too little than to say too much. I'm just going to tell you right now, it will kill sales in a heartbeat. Okay. So don't be clever. Don't be cute. Now, Mr. Isaac kind of has a flair for doing that. So I'm going to give you a pass, brother.
Thank you.
But if it ain't selling, stop it.
There you go. There you go.
I'm your coach. Stop it. But, I think about Muhammad Ali. He spoke in rhymes and he was known for it.
Yes, sir.
And we remember his rhymes. So it's like a good Wall Street ad agency. I mean, you pay a lot of money for someone who can come up with something that brilliant. You know?
Yes, sir.
my former mentor and coach when I became a guerrilla marketing guy was J. Conrad Levinson, and you know his some of his slogans, like Tony the Tiger. It's great.
They're great. There you
Right?
go. Yes, sir.
2 words. Everybody knew what they were talking about. Tony the Tiger. Okay. Excuse me.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
trying to fight something off. I just took some oil there before we started this, Mr. Isaac.
Very good. Very good.
Okay. So don't be cute. Sometimes, but rarely, it does sell enough. But here's something, I'm going to tell you something out of marketing. We call A/B testing. Let's call it A/B testing, where if you have some money and you have the time and you have the discipline, you can actually test. And I wouldn't test a lot of words or a lot of copy. I'd test one line, one concept on one website, and on another one with another address, test the other one. You're going to probably need to buy some time or buy some spots to drive people to that test, because organically it just moves too slow. But if you're in a position, you got like an ad agency, or you've got a lot of traffic, or you've got like an insurance agency, something like that, you might try that before, if you're really trying to figure out what do my people really respond to. And that's what you want. You want a good, positive response. And in the case of me working with brides, I only wanted a certain bride. I even had a name for her. Her name was Brittany. I knew what she liked. I knew where she went to school, all of this stuff. And so she was my avatar. And that's what the word avatar means. And that was my bride. And I did not advertise to any other brides because they were a pain in the butt. So I loved them, but they didn't have money, and they would just wear me out, or their mother would wear me. So
Hey,
I
Mr.
love
Lawler, we got
I,
about 1 minute left. Do you want to go
oh
to the
my
next
gosh.
slide? Or...
Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I ad-libbed over a lot of copy here. Okay. We saw the step. We talked about the steps last week. I had some of you actually try and come up with some words on that. But real quickly, let's talk about a 5-minute makeover for your website. If it's not working, let's fix it. Okay. First, you got to have a header. Yes, thank you. The header. Notice this one up in the upper left-hand corner. It's got circuit e-bikes. An e-bike is an electric bike. Okay. In the right-hand corner, you see find a dealer. It's a call to action. Those two things are important. People typically in America read from the left to the right. So they're going to see your name. That name is always better if it tells them what you do. Mine, Storytellers, tells me what you're doing. And my other one is Brand Aid. You got a brand problem? I help you with it, right? In the right-hand corner, have a call to action. It may be as simple as buy now. In fact, that's actually been tested as a really good one. Buy now. You want them to make a decision, click the button, and it goes to a quick sales page, okay? Okay, the headline, though, be the leader of the pack. Get on a revolutionary new bike. Now, do you know what they're selling? Yes, a bike, a new bike. And everybody that wants to ride a bike wants to be the leader of the pack, especially if you want to race, right? So that implies that it's a fast bike, and you can get a revolutionary new bike that would make you the leader of the pack. Okay. I was going back to my notes the other day. We got to grab attention and cause, and by that we have curiosity. We have enlightenment. We're going to go to the next page for enlightenment. Okay. And I hope this is it. Life is too short to sit in traffic. Who can relate to that?
Mhm.
Traffic is
Every
no
day.
fun. Yeah, traffic is no fun. Pain point, right? Don't be held back. You want to go, right? You were designed for more. Find a dealer. Again, find a dealer. So I know I see people zipping past me sometimes when my cars stop because they got a bicycle. Occasionally a motorcycle, but a bike can go around you. So that's probably a good line. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. Okay. Excuse me. Some of the benefits, one of the things, that was the header. So you got a logo in the upper left-hand corner, call to action in the upper right hand, an aspirational headline in the center, a call to action, and a button to execute the call to action. Okay, so next is three main benefits for the ideal customer. In this case, I think was that the second slide? Yeah, well, yeah. No, second, right there. That's it. Whoop, too short.
Want the second one? All right.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay. I'm looking at my notes and I'm trying to get in sync here, but three main benefits for the ideal customer for a bike like this would be to save the environment, to save money, and to save time, right? You want to zip through traffic. You don't want to pay a lot of cost for the car, things like that. And those items are hit in three different lines up there. Okay. Let's go to the next one. The cost of not using my products. Okay, what's the cost? I hope I didn't clip it. It's supposed to say at the top, life is too short to sit in traffic. Maybe that goes back to the first one. Traffic.
That's on this one right here. That's on the
Okay.
second.
Okay, I can't see it, so I'm going to read off my script. Life is too short to sit in traffic. Traffic is no fun. Don't be held back. You were designed for more. Call to action button right under it. Find a dealer. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next page. Thanks, Isaac. Okay.
That's how fast.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't just care about bikes, we care about you. Did I get your attention? And over to the right, you see more than 20,000 happy riders. I used to write, I have more than 700 happy couples. And I actually had notes that I could show them that the brides had written me notes. More than 5 millimeter gallons of gas saved. Okay. Okay. I hear somebody talking. And more than 100,000 commute hours saved. Okay. So those are the benefits, and you're getting some facts to help back up what you're claiming. It's for the mountain climber bike, the commuter bike, and the beachcomber bike, which I think is on the next page. You're going to go over there. Okay, yeah, there they are. Got the mountain climber, and you see a picture of that. You can click below that and go read it. See how clean and easy this is to navigate? And notice there are only 3 products that I'm talking about. First, I specialize in selling bikes that get you to where you want to go fast and save you money, etc. Number 2, I give you 3 great choices. And just like at the gas pump, it's good, better, and best. And the prices accordingly, right? And when you go in to read more the copy, you're going to get more information about each of those specific products and which one you can help you choose which one is best for you. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is the plan. And the plan is how it works. You choose a bike, you lead the pack, find a dealer. Okay, so you get fitted. Okay, I'm sorry, I was looking at my script down here. Yeah, get fitted. In other words, you go to the bike shop. We're gonna measure it, you and the bike, and get you fitted to the right bike for you. So you got an expert involved. You're going to choose a bike, and you're going to lead the pack. You're going to walk out the door and ride that bike home. Okay, does that make sense? And notice we got find a dealer in the same spot, same color on each page. And just think how much brain power you had to use to go through all those pages so far. Each page is specific to one problem, and it walks you through really quickly with good, short, clean copy. You can go deeper and deeper at other pages. If someone's like a nerd like me, an engineer, and I'm looking for answers for something that's engineering, I may read pages, maybe a book, but don't give it to me up front. It's too much. Get me in and lead me one step at a time, and I'm a big boy. I can search on my own if you have those links. But this is just, see how clean this is and how quickly it gets to the right person. Okay, let's see. Go to the next page. Let's see. Okay, and here's an offer. A really good thing to do is, if you're a writer, give them a sample copy, okay? Something they can read. If you are like for Dr. Jim, you publish a book, give them the first chapter for free. Amazon, I noticed, does that now too. Not all for all their books, but a lot of their books, you get to read the first chapter first. And that draws you in. If the author did a good job, you're going, this book's for me. I want to hear the rest of the story. That's a good one. It doesn't cost you any money, really. It's going to take you a little time to write it. And I would suggest, now that I'm a journalist, I'm a trained writer. I won a Clio Award for my copywriting and my directing. Clio, by the way, for anybody that's not in advertising, that is the Oscar of the advertising world. Very few people ever get that one. Just like Mr. Isaac, he is now the world champion at doing one thing really well: thumb push-ups. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You want to do thumb push-ups? Who are you going to call? Mr. Isaac. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this just gives you an idea for people who are looking for a bike, a book that gives them a real quick read of what they need to know about your bikes is 10 Ways an E-Bike Will Make and Save You Money, or whatever it is that your client wants to do. Sleep better, save money, eat better, exercise better, have a better family, whatever it is. If you're an expert in that area, just make a nice little ebook. Doesn't have to be fancy. You can make it fancy pretty quickly with AI right now. That's what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you write your copy in your voice. You can actually train AI to learn your voice and write doctoral quality copy with your voice. It takes some time to do, but it's a lot easier than they make it on, because everybody's wanting to sell you a course on how to do it. It's
Yes,
also
sir.
pretty
You know,
darn easy.
speaking of that, Mr. Lawler, Mr.
Yeah.
Eric Armstrong, about a week ago or so, he just published a book on Amazon,
Yeah.
and it's an ebook, and the physical copies are coming, but it's on AI and how to
Yeah.
use AI properly and help yourself speed up things
Awesome.
in your life. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Awesome. Very,
Yes,
very
sir.
good. Very good. Yeah. It's easier than you think. And if anybody wants to get a tutorial, a quick one, call me, because I'm the novice, but I figured it out pretty darn good. Now, I've done some pretty cool stuff with it already. Both
Oh, yeah.
graphics work, copywriting, built a complete website with its help. I did the build, but it helped me out to do it.
Very
In
good.
fact, I was going to, this is a good thing. I'm going to give you a few addresses. I'm going to send them to Mr. Isaac, because I forgot to send them to him. But if you will, just jot this down real quick. I've got a publisher that just went live. Their book's now on Amazon and at Barnes and Noble. It's called Colorblind, and the website I built was called Colorblind 901. I wanted the name Colorblind, but it would have cost him $250,000.
Wow.
So get clever. 901 is local. It's a local ministry that he and a minister are doing together. So the book is an introductory thing to the ministry work they're going to do. And I thought, okay, you could say Memphis. That would be very limiting. Yeah, 901 is a pretty good size area code, and that covers their area. And I'm thinking seriously about doing that myself, because I do work in Nashville. I do work here. I'm thinking about a 601 and a 901 down here. So anyway, talk to two different people. So those are just little things. I mean, I got a world of information, little things like that might help you out. Let's just talk about your business. But go to colorblind901.com. You'll see the website I just put up a few weeks ago, and it's doing really well for them so far. And hopefully we sell a bunch of books. The publisher said first-time publishers with a professional publisher typically sell under 500,000 books. They're saying this is going to hit 1 million. So I'm excited. I hope we're right.
Very good.
Hope we're
Very
right. But go to my website if you want. It's probably going to change soon. It's what's left over from my wedding world. I'm going to be changing that soon. But go to storytellersmemphis.com. And my other website is brandaidssticks.com. I've got more that I built for people, but if you just take a look at those, you'll get an idea of what I'm doing. And honestly, after going through this information with Donald Miller, I'm going to make those changes on my sites as well. They just work. He's running a $17 million year business, helping people do this kind of stuff. He mostly works with big companies, but he works with people like me who are coaches.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Would you
It's
like
good
the
stuff.
next slide?
What? Yeah. Do I have another one? I can't remember.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. This is the end. Now, almost every over-the-shelf, over-the-counter website's going to have your information up at the top.
Mm.
A search bar is okay. Search bar is okay, but too much information is too much information. Like I said, you want to get them in and lead them through a quick path to making a good decision. Too much information, they're not going to talk to you. You want them to talk to you because you're the expert. So what the formula I just gave you is working gangbusters all over the country, actually all over the world, but all over the country for sure. Because I know the other coaches that are doing this kind of stuff, and it works really, really well. So Donald Miller calls it the bottom, the junk drawer. All the other stuff you want, you put down there. Okay? Keep it clean, give them what they want immediately, and entice them to go to the next page. Actually, I build them on a single page. All this kind of information is on one single page. You just scroll and they go down. You can get on your phone and scroll and go down. All the junk's in the bottom, which may not be junk, but it's called the junk drawer for a reason. It's all your stuff you want to talk about, you can put there. Okay? Any questions? We have time? If not, call me. Call me.
So that's the last one.
Okay. Would you like to clarify your company's message in 90 days? Call me. I got a program.
Nice. Very nice. All righty, sir.
Okay.
Well, let's go ahead and wrap up, and then we will get to some questions and answers.
Okay.
So, beautiful people, next Wednesday, we will not be meeting on the Wednesday webinar because we'll be meeting in person at El Patron Authentic Mexican Restaurant at 3:30 p.m. for the in-person monthly mastermind meeting. So we will return to the Wednesday webinar on the third Wednesday, which will be June 17th. And I will present to you how to achieve your goals. That will be my segment. And then Mr. Don Lawler will have his segment as well. And let's get a word from none other than Mr. Jim Ron. Some of you all, Ron, this may actually affect you and impact you because you may have a regular job. And if you know someone who's got a regular job and they also are into entrepreneurship, pass this along to them. Very powerful message. Very simple, very powerful.
Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Once I got that, it turned my life around. If you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. I'm telling you, if you'll learn that simple little principle and start the process today, latest tomorrow, I'll give you tonight to think it over. And start this whole process of personal development, work on yourself, make yourself more valuable to the marketplace. I'm telling you, you can so dynamically change your income, and economics is the least of the values that you can start earning in terms of equity if you'll start working harder on yourself than you do on your job.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
John's good stuff. Good people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Amen. All right, great people. Once again, got a quote for you. What is the key to success? After knowing what you want.
Get started.
Doing it.
Get started.
That's
Dr.
right.
Jim, thank you, sir. Dr. Jim, paying attention? Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
The key to success is to start before you are ready. Start
Yeah.
before you're ready. Know what you want. Go ahead and get started. Get busy, get moving.
Yep. Yeah. Morgan
And if
Freeman
you,
said, Morgan Freeman said,
amen.
it's time to get busy.
There you
on,
go.
on his last birthday, he said, it's time to get busy.
Yes, sir. Now let's say you want more referrals. What is the secret? What is the antidote? What is the secret? In fact, some of those secrets are some of the secrets Dr. Jim was talking about earlier in the laws of the universe, the universal law of being. What is one of those secrets
You've got to
if you
spit.
want more referrals?
You've got to give more.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Mr. BC,
there you go.
when you a pork chop, because I think she still probably eats pork. So the law of prosperity is simple. It is generosity. If you want more, you give more. Giving starts the receiving process. You want more referrals? Give more. Mr. Bob Proctor, the late great, said that himself. And that is it for today. So I will open it up. This does conclude the webinar. So anyone needs to leave, they can leave. But I definitely want to open it up for about 5 or 10 minutes or so of questions and answers. If anyone has anything for myself, or Dr. Jim, or for Mr. Lawler, please go ahead and raise your hand or just start talking. Let's go.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Jim,
You rang my bell.
I tooted your horn. But listen, I hear, I've read the Mastermind Manifesto in the past for the networking organization. What is the significance of having a Mastermind Manifesto?
Okay.
The same
Good question.
significance it is for you to read the Renford affirmations once a day in the morning out loud, because when you state it out loud, it's stating intent. I maintain that the two most important words in the English language is intent and expectation. And when you're reading that, it means this is my intent. I'm intending to do this, and I expect to get results.
Amen.
Okay, so it's just it's pretty much what it's saying. You're manifesting, what you're looking for in life.
It's something about saying something out loud. I mean, just reading it is not sufficient. You need to be declaring it, declaring your intent. That's
Okay.
my answer. I hope that is
No,
what
it makes sense because I do like positive affirmations and stuff, and I kind of can see that all follow in the same categories. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I got a question for you, Mr. Lawler.
Mhm.
So, with Mr. Eric Armstrong just now publishing his book on how to help people with AI, would it be a good idea for him to have a separate website for that book, or put it in an area on his website where he builds websites and stuff for people to be able to purchase it? And on that same note, would it be a good idea for Miss Opal Allen, who is also a relatively new author, published a book a few months ago? Would it be a good idea for her to have a website strictly dedicated to her book as well?
I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea. I'd have to ask some diagnostic questions of them and their situation and where they are. But people, like I said, people want to check you out and see if you're for real. And for right now, websites are the number one spot for that.
True.
So
Amen.
it's expected. It's just as
Amen.
expected if you're going to do business, people can give you money. Yeah. There are some cut arounds if you just can't build one, but But yeah, the answer is yes.
Gotcha. All right.
And I will say this, I when I'm speaking with people on a daily basis, quite often they'll ask me, "Do you have a website?" And quite a bit of them will go on the website and look up the website while I am on the phone with them, and
Yes, ma'am.
and a lot of times it makes all the difference in a sale.
Yes, ma'am. That
Yep.
you're spot on. Spot on.
Yep.
That's what I do with my brides. Get them on the website if they're whether they're scrolling through their phone or whatever. It's built. Mine's built for both, um, phones or computer screen. But we can talk about things. I'll ask them what they're wanting to do, what they want a wedding to look like. I've actually got links to videos that she can watch.
Very nice.
Well, once again, a nice webinar, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Anybody else got any questions?
Well, I'm new to all of this, so I need lots of help.
Okay.
I'm like a kindergartner.
Good. We all were kindergartners once.
Amen.
Unless you're as
Amen.
old as me, they didn't have kindergarten back then.
Wait, I'm older, so we won't go down that road.
Oh, man, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say that. You don't look it. You don't look it.
Thank you.
He's just a baby.
I know.
I,
You got that baby face.
I flew in on the pterodactyl. What are you talking about?
What about you, Miss Steph, the birthday baby? Do you have any questions for Mr. Lawler or myself about
Hey, Mr.
websites?
Isaac.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, how y'all doing? I just want to say great webinar, great information, and thank you as always for inviting me. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're so welcome, Miss Sharika Books.
Well, I got a quick question.
Mhm.
Did you send the graphics to everyone so they have a copy of that?
You mean the PDF
Yeah, the
or the
PDF. Yeah, the PDF is perfect because it's all together in one document. I forgot about
everybody that attended? Yes, sir. I will
that.
definitely
Okay,
send it to them after the meeting.
perfect. And here's a something I do. I don't know if y'all are doing it or not. I didn't hear any clicks, but I always shoot screenshots of whatever the presenter's doing because I'll put it in a folder and I can go back and go through it again
Yes,
later
sir.
on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a
Absolutely.
real quick way to get what you're learning. Screenshot.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I agree. Miss Steph, you have any questions, dear?
I do not. I did enjoy the presentation and thank you for inviting me. I am learning and growing.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Mhm.
All are.
Turns 32 years old this coming Friday, 2 days. So you woohoo. And let's see. So you talked about specialization. So how would, let's say, Mr. Misi
Mhm.
market herself, right? Because she specializes she's got an insurance license and, all different kinds of insurances or real estate license or armed guard license and all these different licenses that she talks about, right? So how would she market herself on that? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No,
Hey,
My
hey,
first question.
the real estate one is in the works.
no. Okay.
That's great. Yeah, she's gonna be a big business.
There you go.
there
Sir.
there are answers for all of those questions.
Yes.
You got
Yes,
time.
sir.
I've
Yeah.
been there. I've been on Wall Street, and I've been in the dumps.
There
So
you go. Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, I don't believe I have any more questions at the time. Does anybody else have any questions from anybody tonight? Not just from one of the presenters. Maybe you have a question from someone else that's on the Zoom that you want to talk with or connect with, or maybe get their contact information. Let's go ahead and speak up on that now.
I don't know most of the people, so I would like to get their information and stuff so that I can help them with referrals also.
Awesome.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, beautiful. All right. Well, beautiful people. Well, we're going to go ahead and conclude if no one else has anything. And I will send it over to you, Ms. Cunny.
I
And
might,
then I will
Thank
email
you.
everybody the PDF that Mr. Lawler shared with me as well that will help you with his segment to understand it, connect the dots, and give you something for your resources and to keep on hand. And Dr. Jim, you had something?
well, it's just that on the subject that Don Lawler was talking about talking too much, there's a famous writer, old line salesman, that said that Samson killed 5,000 people with the jawbone of an ass. And he said more sales are killed like that every day by salesmen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can see that. Yes, sir.
Yep.
I've witnessed that.
I think we all
There you
have.
go. There you
Think back.
go. Miss Allen. All right, beautiful people. Well, I love you all. God bless you. You need anything, you always, even though I'm busy, I'm never too busy for you all. Pick up that phone and give me a ring, and I'll get you taken care of. And I'll see you all very, very soon.
Have a good one. Good
Peace and
night.
Good
God's
night,
blessings.
y'all.
Thanks.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.